Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. We are the Christian Music Bros. This is our first episode we're ever doing. So, welcome, and I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. My name is Brendan. I am one of the social media guys for New Release Today, and I help run the Facebook group Christian Music Fandom. If you aren't a member, I recommend you look us up and try to check it out. It's a pretty cool thing. There's a lot of new music in there. You find out if there's music trivia in there. We have some fun interactive questions. So I recommend you checking it out. And this is my co-host, Bradden.
Hey everyone, I'm Bradden. I also work with New Release Today as a writer and database manager for the site.
And this is a podcast that we're going to be trying out. We're going to be discussing different albums, different singles, and just talking about like what's new or even throwbacks of Christian music, and just going track by track discussing each song. And I hope you guys find something new to listen to.
Definitely. And thank you everyone for joining us on this. Again, bear with us and we hope you enjoy the ride.
So today we're going to be talking about TobyMac's new album, Life After Death. This is TobyMac's A studio album. It seems like his is way more than A, but this is A studio album. This is the first album he's ever released, or the first album he has released since the death of his son Truett, who passed away early 2020, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
But there's 12 different featured artists on the song, and this album is just a new. It's not like TobyMac's other stuff, I would say. I feel like it's more emotional and real, in my opinion, than it is compared to his like pop upbeat songs that he has. Like if you look at the Elements album, for example, like I Just Need You and Scars, this album's the complete opposite of that, I feel like.
Agreed. Yeah, it's definitely still Toby channeling what he does best, but there's definitely a lot of songwriting. I feel more emotion with it. Even the musical style, Toby definitely, the Life After Death theme is so fitting for this album and the journey it takes, definitely.
And he just announced his Hit Steep tour. I just got my tickets, so I really hope he does a lot of these songs for the tour while I go see him.
Awesome, dude. Yes, hopefully.
So looking at this album, the first song on the album is maybe Midnight Help Is on the Way. I think this is like personally the biggest hit single off this album. I think this is the first single he released off the album outside of 21 Years, which we'll discuss later.
Mm-hmm.
But Toby's thoughts on the song, when someone asked Toby about his thoughts on the song, he said he wrote the song after a season in a valley of sad songs, with a broken heart, and after losing my firstborn son and stepping almost immediately into quarantine, everything was dark. I woke up one day and turned to the pop songs. I read that God is rolling up his sleeves. What beautiful imagery. This picture turned me from having hope to yelling it from the rooftops. The God of all creation is rolling up his sleeves on our behalf. What a promise. We are not forgotten, not at all. I think that the song is really catchy. It's on the radio channel. I hear it like almost every day on the radio channel here. And the song's been out for probably like 2 years now, and it's just gaining popularity. The music video is something else interesting too. Have you seen the music video to the song?
I did. Yeah, definitely really interesting. Love the storytelling with all of it. Mm-hmm.
It reminds me, the music video reminds me of his song, Love Broke Through.
It is like that, yeah.
That's the vibe I got from the music video. But overall, I think this is one of Toby's better songs on the album. It's by far his most popular song that everyone probably knows. If you never heard TobyMac, but you know this song, he put it for this album.
Agreed. Yeah, there's a reason it hit number one on radio, because it's a bop. It's going to be stuck in your head. An amazing song.
Going to the next song on the album is song 2 is The Goodness. This was another hit single. I don't think it became popular till like May of this year though. Like when he was announced a new album out. I think this is the song he came out with when he announced his new album was coming out. The song features Blessing Offer, who's an upcoming singer, pop singer. And I just like this song because it's really simple, but it's really catchy with the piano beat and everything.
Definitely. When I first heard it, it had to grow on me a little bit because it's a little bit different than most Toby's upbeat songs we know, but it's completely TobyMac. It's completely amazing. Like you said, it's so simple from the beat to the lyrics, but it's an anthem. It's definitely another huge hit. And yeah, I love that one. Definitely one of my favorites off the album.
And it's this one's on the radio a lot too. And I feel like this is one that's taking place now of Help Is on the Way. I think this one's trying to take over that one for radio single success land.
Agreed. Yeah.
The third song on the album was Deeper. The song features Taryn Wells. I'm a big Taryn Wells fan, and it was just so cool to see TobyMac and Taryn Wells team up again. I mean, Taryn Wells had and TobyMac had a song a few years ago together called "Like You." I don't know if you ever heard that song.
I did, yeah, with Aaron Cole. Amazing song.
Yeah, it was. So I think this is a second collaboration they've done together, and I know
Mhm.
they've been together on Hits Deep Tour before together, and I feel like this collaboration is like a match made in heaven.
Oh yeah.
I think they both contradict each other really well. And I think
Mhm.
at one point, Tarrant and Wells was a part of Go-To Records.
Oh really?
I could be wrong, but like I just heard like they're like really good friends. And Tarrant
Mhm.
Wells is from Michigan, like me, so that's always cool.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely a dream collaboration having two Christian music's heavyweights. Just knock it out of the park with this song. Love the flow, love their voices collaborating. And yeah, we definitely need more collabs from them.
And it's just a slower song compared to like the first two are more like pop upbeat songs, and this one goes some little more slower tone.
Definitely got a good vibe, but yeah.
That's fourth song on the album was "Show Up, Choose Love." The song features John Reddick, my bad, not Riddick, and it is a pop ballad. It kind of gives me similar vibes of the Goodness, but it doesn't have as much success as the Goodness, but it's still a pretty good song as its own. And John Reddick is currently on tour with TobyMac for his Hits Deep tour that's coming in 2023. So they'll
Mhm.
probably you might see the song at his tour, and it's off this album if you want to give it a listen.
Definitely, yeah. It's a really good urban vibe with it as well. Definitely love seeing them collaborated because John Reddick, he's been with GoT Records and TobyMac's worship pastor for a few years now. So really good seeing them collab like this.
And John Reddick's making a name for himself out there now too. I think he's working on a couple his first album or his second album soon too. And I heard there's
Definitely. Yeah, his first album came out a while ago. Amazing album. He's working on a second album. So keep an eye for that. You may hear some new songs on his Deep Tour.
and you might see Toby collab with him on his album too.
Always possibility of Toby.
The fifth song on the album was Promised Land. It's the OG version, and that features Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow. There was original. This is actually the second version of the song. There was an original version with just TobyMac, but now I know if you haven't noticed, a lot of these artists now are collaborating with a mainstream artist. Like you, I can tell you, like Echo Smith and For King and Country did song. God is only know. There was Michael Tenpenny and Danny Goki who did the song Bucket List together. Tarrant Wells and her did a song together. So I feel like TobyMac and Sheryl Crow, like two big names. Like Sheryl Crow's a Grammy Award winner and everything. So like one of the bigger people from the country music industry collabing with one of the bigger person in Christian music gets attention for everyone. And the song gives me the same vibe of 21 Years with a country duet version. But that's
Definitely.
so like I enjoyed listening to it. So
Oh yeah, such a good collab with two heavyweights, and it's definitely impacting so many people. The original version hitting radio, on impacting so many. So yeah, awesome seeing them collab like this.
the sixth song is my favorite one personally, and it's Everything About You. So this is like a small pop ballad, and to be honest with you, Toby is not in it as much as these other songs. Most of the song is his daughter Marley, who does the female vocals for the song, and it just the topic is loss following his son's death. So it's just talking about like how he misses having his son around, and it's really emotional. So if you're missing someone in your family, I recommend you listening to the song because TobyMac knows how you're going through and everything, and he voices his or shows his emotion in the song, and with the lyrics you can tell like the loss he's gone through and like how he's trying to find his footing again.
Definitely, super real, honest song. His daughter is amazing in this song as well, and like life after death, there's definitely a lot of emotional feel in that, just like everyone's journey of life. So it's so good hearing songs like this, especially ones like you said, it's your favorite for a reason because Toby hits it perfectly. Really well done song.
And like I said, it's one of my favorite songs off the album. It's one song that I have added to my playlist from this whole album. I usually choose like 3 to 4 songs per an album to add into a playlist just because there's so many good songs, and if I don't want strictly, oh look, he just copied the whole album and dropped it in the playlist. No, like I have to choose 3 or 4 songs, and this is one of the songs I actually chose from that album.
Nice, yeah.
The next song is Life on It, and it features Sarah Reeves. And this is has a cinematic feel with rap. Sarah Reeves does a good job backing up with TobyMac and everything, and their voices blend together. I think they've done a couple songs before together, but this is like the most recent song they've done together.
Yeah, I've been a huge fan of Sarah Reeves for many years, ever since her worship covers, and I think she collaborated with TobyMac a few years back on Scars. remix. So it's so good hearing them collab here. I really do like the song, the cinematic. It's definitely a feel that kind of resembles the elements, but fits so well in here. Love them collaborating like that.
The A song on this is a slower one. It's called Faithfully. This is another one I like, and it doesn't get as much attention as other ones. And I feel like it absolutely should get attention. It shows you how God is being faithful to Toby, like trying to guide him through his son's death and quarantine. He's like we said before, that he was in the dark place during quarantine and just trying to live his life. But it was hard for a lot of these artists. It was hard for them to tour during quarantine because you couldn't leave, and the concerts, like you don't have a concert, so you're like at home just stuck. And he's just showing that God paved the way for him to go back to out to making music and just showed him the way.
Agreed. Yeah, it's definitely a song that I thought really hit home on the theme life after death, because a lot of the songs on here definitely they highlight different parts of that journey. I feel like this song really, it's a beautiful ballad. One of the few songs without guest artist on it, but Toby does amazing at it. The theme, it's one of my favorites as well, because just how well it does of expressing love and gratitude for God for all that he's done. Definitely amazing song. Shouldn't be skipped at all.
The next song is Cornerstone, and this song features the Zach Williams, and this is the first time they have collabed, and I think they did it really well together. And if you go to our Instagram right now, you can see a snippet of the song on our bio, or not bio, in our story, because this is the song we did to promote this album and this podcast today.
Definitely a great collaboration. Love seeing them hit home on this song. Really well done. Wouldn't be surprised if it hits radio, honestly, because of how well it's connected, how well it's done. Amazing song.
And both of them are like big singers nowadays. Zach Williams is on tour currently, actually. He's on a theater tour with Ben Fuller, and Toby's doing his theater tour right now as well. So like you might hear the song on the radio. So
definitely wouldn't be surprised.
The next song on the album is Found. The song features Tarian and Wande. And Tarian is another Go-To Records label. She's put out a few singles here and there. She's been doing a lot of touring with TobyMac. I think they've been on the Hitsy tour with each other for like the last 2-3 years or so. And I like how her and TobyMac can go off each other. It's really nice. So that's really nice. Like they have that vibe. And Wande is one of the newest members of Reach Records, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And so she offers in other like fresh vocals, fresh rap style and everything. So
I definitely love this song. It's my personal favorite off the album. Tarian, a member of Diverse City and solo artist, amazing. Her vocals with it, Wande along with it, doing a rap, and just all of it's so well put together. It's definitely the one that resonated with me the most. So yeah, definitely love this one completely.
And the next song is Fire Burning, this with Corey Asbury. This is the second time TobyMac and Corey Asbury has teamed up. I know they did a song off the Elements remix album. I don't remember exactly what remix they did. If I remember right, I think it was I Just Need You, actually.
Yep, that's it.
I just couldn't remember it top of my head. But Corey Asbury is also from Michigan. Fun fact.
Cool.
So like I just like the local feel. That's why I like this song, because any song with Corey Asbury or Tolerant Wells, I just like the local feel, and it just makes me feel more at home.
You know? Definitely, yeah. And the song alone, it's a super bop. It's a vibe. Corey Asbury, Michael Tate's voices go so well with this. Definitely feels like a TobyMac song that we're used to hearing from the Elements. Feel it. All the other albums he's done, it resembles that, a different style, but so smooth.
And then the 12th song on this album is Space. This one is actually really special. It features Michael Tate and Kevin Max. And if that sounds familiar to you, it's because TobyMac, Michael Tate, and Kevin Max were DC Talk together. And together, it's like listening to the song makes me have like that DC Talk feel, like they're coming back, which is really nice. But the song is just like a really powerful ballad from start to finish anyway. And it's like something that, like, I can go on and on about this, but just for time restraints, I'll let Bradden say a few words about the song.
Yeah, the song definitely, it's something to talk about. It's amazing. Every time we get DC Talk, slight reunion like this, so emotional. I love how DC Talk, they're not afraid to hit these hard, deep themes. And like this is a theme not really talked about much in Christian music, I don't believe. And TobyMac does amazing at it. Michael Tate, Kevin Max, they all always kill it. And this song, it's a moving song. It's definitely a standout one, and completely you definitely want to hear this if you miss DC Talk, because they're still not shying away. They're still rocking it every time.
The next song on the album is the first ever song he released for this album. This song hit really hard because this song is 21 years. And this song came out 2 weeks before my 21st birthday.
Oh, whoa.
So this is addressing Toby's son. So like we've been talking about his son that passed away, Truett. This is TobyMac addressing his death and trying to overcome Truett's death. It's the first single, like I said, off the album, and it just really emotional. And it like you can really see Toby's raw emotion in this, and like him trying to understand what happened. Like because he doesn't understand what happened and like why it happened to him. It shows Toby in a dark place, but looking up for better days to come. And like I said, this song just hits hard because this was like 2 weeks before my 21st birthday that this song came out.
Mhm. Wow, I had no idea about that. But yeah, the song definitely would hit more emotional, definitely for you then, because I mean, it's emotional. It's true. Life after death, a lot of it was what happened to Truett and the feel of the weight of that. And so many people, I'm sure, listen now, have lost people. And it's hard. This song definitely captures that emotion of the questioning, of the wonder. It definitely made me emotional the first time I heard it. I believe it, other than I Just Need You, it was Toby Mac's biggest selling first single other than, I Just Need You, and an amazing song. And in the moment of pain, Toby Mac expressing that, giving others a voice to hear it. Amazing song. I love it. And like you said, the emotion of it, it's definitely there. I love that this album, the songs including that.
And the song came out in 2020, and you still hear it on the radio to this day. So, and I don't feel like it's going to be taken off radio anytime soon right now.
Hmm.
And it just, and yeah, there's not much more you can say about it. I mean, there's more we can say about it, but it's a really heavy hitter.
Hmm.
The second to last song on the album is called "I'm Sorry." It's a lament. Toby's thoughts on the song when someone asked him over a year ago. He said, "As I stood with my wife and a group of friends on the Arbel Cliffs in Israel, our tour guide began to recite by memory the Sermon on the Mountain, completely unannounced. The words of Jesus from Matthew 5, 6, and 7 struck me as if I never read them before. I realized how far we have strayed from what Jesus asked us. This song is simply my response, not judgment. I am deeply sorry for how we have fallen short, and godly sorrow leads to repentance, and the church is God's plan, and I love it. That's why I had to write the song. I'm sorry." And in a chaotic world, that song really shows out because like the world is falling apart. Let's be real, the world is falling apart. And this song shows you that we can change the world and just help make it a better place for everybody. And TobyMac does a really good job at showing that in the song. And towards the end of the song, he lists off the Beatitudes. If you haven't realized that, then.
This song definitely is amazing. It came out a little bit before, I believe, 2020 pandemic and all the riots, all the protests. So this song, being a song of repentance, a song of lament, like you said, it's a beautiful reminder about how we all need Jesus, how none of us are perfect. We're all hot, funky messes, and we make mistakes, and we need to turn to God for those. And as a church, as a community, we're all meant to follow him, to follow Jesus in everything we do. And we mess up. And those times, it's okay to say we're sorry. We need to. We need to get honest before God, before others, that we've messed up in many ways. But God, he hears our cries. He heals the land if we call on him. And I love how this song opens a door for people to experience that and to step in. Amazing song.
And the last song on the album is Rest. This is another one that features Tyrion, and it also features Gabriel. Like I said, Tyrion and TobyMac are doing a lot of collaborations right now. And this song just shows it's okay to rest. And like on the seventh day, God rest. So basically it's showcasing that and within the song.
Definitely, yeah. Terry and Gabriel, both from Diverse City and respected artists in their own right. Amazing song. One of my favorites, actually. It surprised me just how simple it was. The entire album, Life After Death, is filled with honesty. It's filled with emotion. And this song, I feel like, just ties up so much of the emotion because I know in our personal lives, we need rest. We need to fall into the arms of Jesus so many times when we get caught up. And even in the middle of trial and hurt and grief, we need to rest knowing that it's okay. God holds it all. Even though the world's falling apart, we can have faith in the Father. We can have faith in that. And I love this song. Definitely, it hit me when I heard it. And yeah.
So now me and Bradden are going to both share our 3 favorite songs from the album. We're just going to make these brief. We're just going to give you the titles and we'll just make that brief. So my 3 favorite songs from the album was Everything About You, 21 Years, and Faithfully. Those are my 3. If you were to put like say, okay, I need to just choose 3 albums from this album or 3 songs from this album and just play those 3 songs, those are the 3 songs I would recommend.
And my 3 favorite songs would be Found, Maybe Midnight, and I kind of cheated here because I couldn't pick between The Goodness and Rest. All amazing songs that these would be my go-tos from the album as well.
Awesome. And overall, I love this new album from Toby. I think it's one of his better album, but one of his best albums to date. And I think this is like TobyMac's entering a good phase in his career. And I feel like you'll see a lot more style in this style from Toby now. You'll still see like old Toby, but I feel like this is his new style. Just trying to, after the loss of his son, he's just trying to make music that everyone can relate to. Like loss, everyone deals with loss, and he's just trying to showcase that throughout the whole entire album.
Agreed. Yes, this album, it's emotionally powerful. It's hard hitting. It's still full of TobyMac rapping, him singing, him hitting all the notes he always does. And it's definitely a highlight of the year. One of his better albums. I do agree as well. And yeah, I love it. I love that we both enjoyed it and so many others connecting with all those. And it's amazing. Yeah.
So that's all we pretty much have time for this time. And we hope you guys stay tuned for episode 2. We'll do a little better next time. This is, like I said, the first episode. So we got that out of the belt. So I feel like we did okay. We got through it.
Agreed. Yes.
Our goal is to have these up every Friday, but sometimes life happens and priorities, family, God, family, and life are all first priorities over this podcast.
Thank you all for joining us with this, and we hope we see you soon. Yeah.
Take care and be safe out there.